everyone, my name is Ananya Agroya and I'm here with Bindumadhav Khire. So, we know you work as an activist and you also run an NGO to work on LGBTQ issues. Could you tell us a bit more about your work?
I've been working on LGBT rights for more than 2 decades now, and our current focus, of course, is awareness amongst corporate educational institutions, helping people come out, talking to their parents, and for transgenders, helping them with transition and transition-related issues. That is what I currently do. I have been involved in reading down of 377 also, and we have been working towards marriage equality also. Not with much success, but nevertheless, we have been doing it. Yes.
Okay. And what do you feel about the 2023 verdict that came out? How do you feel it ignored the needs of the LGBTQ community?
Not the LGBTQ community, because it has been very affirmative when it comes to transgenders. So it has legalized marriage between opposite genders. So marriage of a transgender with a man or a trans man with a woman, all of this has been legalized. Unfortunately, when it comes to same-sex marriages, to men getting married or to women getting married, it's been a big disappointment. And I think it was a big disappointment because the majority judgment refused to recognize that the Special Marriage Act Section 4 was violative of the Constitution. We would have expected Justice Ravindra Bhatt, Justice Hima Kohli, and I think Justice Narasimha, who gave the majority judgment, would have been more understanding of the travels of the same-sex couples right now. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Dr. Justice Chandrachud, although he spoke a lot about giving equality to same-sex partners, when it actually came to writing down the judgment, he stopped short of calling Section 4 as unconstitutional. So it was only Justice, who was the fifth one? Justice Kaul. Justice Kaul was the best judgment of all because he made it very clear that Section 4 was unconstitutional to the extent that it did not legalize or not take into account same-sex marriages. I would have thought that a majority judgment should have been read on similar lines. Unfortunately, that did not happen. So it was a huge setback for all of us.
Okay, sir. And what are your thoughts about the upcoming review? And what do you think could the potential outcomes be?
I do not have much expectations from the review because the government stand has been very clear that they refuse to legalize or in any form give legal recognition to same-sex couples. They have made it very clear. What they have stated during the hearing is that they are willing to appoint a cabinet secretary to look into some of the issues that same-sex couples have. For example, applying for a joint loan becomes difficult, or payment of gratuity act in the list of family. Same-sex partner is not listed there, or there are many such Employee State Insurance Act or Workers' Compensation Act, where the wording of the dependent is very narrow. Family or dependent is very narrow, and so to include a same-sex partner in it becomes very difficult. So what the government has stated was that they are willing to look into some of these issues whereby same-sex partners may be willing to avail some of these facilities which are currently not accessible to them. But our stand is very clear that we need a couple recognition. It may not be as a term of marriage. It could be same-sex partnership, or it could be civil union, whatever you call it. The idea is to have equal rights in parallel to the heterosexual couples. Unfortunately, since the government is not willing to do it and the court cannot make a law for the government, I really, other than this minor, important nevertheless, but for me, from the point of equality, minor changes or expectations, I really do not have much expectations from the review.
Okay, sir. And what do you hope for the LGBTQ community in India for the future?
Well, unfortunately, the marriage issue is going to be a very long haul now. We had a lot of expectations from the court, but now that things have not materialized the way they have, and I don't think the government is very liberal when it comes to LGBT issues, or at least same-sex marriage issues. We are, from the court's point of view, we are going to see a very long battle, and what the community should do right now is to come out in more and more numbers, excel in their careers, to stand out and be role models for the newer generation, and focus more and more on awareness as to why we need that equality. Because unfortunately, although we have been fighting the battle in the Supreme Court, if you look at the ground level, the awareness and sensitivity on LGBT issues even today is pretty much very poor. Other than a few cities like Pune, Mumbai, most of the cities or in the smaller towns, there is very little awareness. It's almost as if when I started my work in 2000, more or less the same situation exists in smaller towns and villages as existed when I started work. So a lot of groundwork needs to be done, and unfortunately that has not really happened.
Okay, sir. And is there any message you would like to give to the youth of India today?
The only message I would like to give it is that it is important for you to, pursue your careers, become independent, and come out. I know a lot of youths who work in IT companies and various companies who are very good at their jobs, but they just don't come out, even when their companies have LGBT inclusive environment, they prefer to stay in the closet. And frankly, that's not doing the movement any good. For the LGBT movement to succeed from every walk of life, we need to have a voice which says that, look, here I am, you can't ignore me. I demand my rights and I demand equality just like everybody else. So I think that is the core issue right now.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.